What's up? What's up?
What's up, YouTube family?
All right, YouTube. Well, Caitlin is back on a college, college campus. It looks like
college campus, man.
Okay, so we have some more, of course, liberals trying to figure out why this young man, black young man, is supporting Trump and all the things that Trump has done to make black people's lives horrible.
And I think they're trying to, they're a little upset because he's not identifying himself as an African American, but just only an American. You know, he's saying that I've never been to Africa, so
Wow,
so they're a little upset about that.
I mean, people can identify as animals, and people don't have a problem with it. I mean, why can't this young man just say, how he's American? I mean, he's in America.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, let's see how it go down.
Africa is a developing country. It has some of the top 10 development nations in the whole wide world. We're the richest continent on this planet.
Still going.
Person are you? So you're telling me you have not?
Am I not black enough now? I'm not an African American. I'm an American. Okay, and I've never been to Africa. I've never been to Africa. There's no better country to be a person of color than America. And if you find a better country, I would love to hear about it.
Do you hear the stupid questions you say sometimes?
I don't think it's stupid to try to get him a date.
Yeah, we're actually here trying to get me a date. Hey, you want to go?
I'm not into maggots, so no thank you.
I'm a maggot? Is it because I'm black?
No. Really, you're going to play the black card with me.
Why is he a maggot?
A maggot is a Trump supporter. He's a maggot.
So Trump supporters are maggots? That's interesting. Why is that?
Because you're supporting a orange in the office who is defunding Medicare, a lot of insurance.
Did they just post a picture of what Ray and a pimple? Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of even food stamps.
He's defunding food stamps? You know, that was actually Ben Carson that was slashing the food stamp budget.
Ben
Carson's actually a black guy.
Just because he's black, just like you, does not mean that he fights for the cause. He's actually you're not helping, you're hurting the cause.
How am I hurting the cause?
You're supporting someone who is making it harder for people to adopt, making it harder for people to be themselves, making it harder for the foster care system, making everything harder, making school harder, making life harder.
CaitlinBennett.org. You can go there to support my work. Keep me coming out here. Look at all these fans that need your support to keep me coming to. I have so many fans here that need your support at patreon.com/CaitlinBennett to keep me coming out here. They love when I come to campus. They have to see me. I can't keep coming out here if you don't donate to me. Look at all these people. You're going to be disappointing if you don't go to patreon.com/CaitlinBennett.
You said Trump was a I want you to give me an example of how Trump was a racist.
African country and as an African, yes, he did. Do not put words in my mouth.
He didn't say that.
No, I'm not talking to you.
You're putting...
No. Talk to me. What countries did he call holes?
A whole of West Africa, and not to mention the Muslim ban is mostly West.
There's no Muslim ban.
There's no Muslim ban.
There's no Muslim ban.
So
No. Let me explain. Let me explain something to you.
No,
please. I was respectful and listened to you. Please. Okay. The ban was not on Muslims. It was on people from certain countries. Now those countries had high. But everyone in those countries is not a Muslim. So it wasn't a Muslim ban. It was a ban based on geographical location, not religion.
But you said
one single one of those countries.
the majority Muslim countries weren't even included on that list. If it was a Muslim ban...
Let's go back to the countries comment. You said he called some countries shitholes. Let me ask you something. Does most of Africa have running water and plumbing?
Listen to me. As an African, Africa is a developing country. It has some of the top 10 development nations in the whole wide world. We're the richest continent on this planet.
Have you ever been to Congo?
Hold on.
Oh my God.
I gotta go back. To the little chart. Hold on. All right.
To me, as an African, Africa is a developing country. It has some of the top 10 development nations in the whole wide world. We're the richest continent on this planet.
Pause.
All right.
All right.
Africa. GDP per capita 1,809. That was in 2016. So the one is in the thousands place. So one is smaller than any of the other numbers. Oh, North America is where? 37,000. Oh. So Africa's ranked number 7.
Have you ever been to Congo?
Oh my God.
No, I'm serious. Have you ever been to
My
Congo?
friends are from Congo, but guess what?
So have you been there?
Yes, I've been there
So
with
you've been
them.
to the DRC, so you know that the DRC is by definition
Do you know why
exactly
that is?
what he said.
Do you know why
It
that
doesn't
is?
matter why. It's
Yes,
the
it
question
does.
was whether or not
Yes,
it was
it
true.
does.
And
It
the
ma-
answer is
so-
yes, it was true. So
It's
it wasn't
not-
it's just telling the
It's
truth.
not true. It matters because do you
So
know
the
what's
truth
making?
is-
Do you know what coltan is? Do you know what like talc is? All those little mineral resources in our phones, makeup, lights, everything comes from Africa. But guess what?
And they can't afford clean water.
Oh, come on.
I'm talking. I'm not done. Do not silence
You said
me.
they were
Did you know that you can make a full-time income from YouTube without ever trying to grow your own channel? It's true.
rich. They
No.
could afford clean water if they were rich.
I do have to say,
No,
you said you lied about Trump. I am in this
I'm saying it was true. It's terrible, and we should help them, but they're not developed.
Go to Africa.
I have to say, Joel.
Now, it's just just because you don't like her views.
I mean, you have
How
to be
the
rude to a lady like
treatment,
that,
though.
man. I mean, she's not being rude to
No.
her. So why she being rude to the lady, man? I don't understand
Because
that, man.
if I be rude, I'm gonna get my point across because my point is more important when I'm rude. I don't know. I guess.
I have to
I know
say,
this. I'm the president of an organization called ASA, African Student Association.
So you're not African American.
I am African American.
Are you African or are you African American?
I'm the literal definition of African American.
So are you an American
I am born in
citizen or-
Africa, but I'm an American citizen. So I am an African American.
So
do
then I'm not
put
an African
words-
American. Well, I'm not an African American. I'm not.
Do not put words.
See,
in
I'm not
my mouth.
an African American. I'm an American.
That's
Okay?
fine.
And I've never been to Africa. I've never been to Africa. And the Africans in Africa sold my ancestors into slaves. Why would I identify?
American? What?
Where's your ancestors from? Africa. You were African American. Don't try to deny
No,
that shit.
no,
So
no,
what are you then?
absolutely not.
am I a European American? Why don't you guys call white people European Americans?
It's called
That's spicy white.
Why don't you say European Americans?
Why don't you say African American?
Joel, why, if you're not an African American, why am I not called a European American?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're
I'm not an
Americans.
African American. I'm American. I've never been to Africa.
Would you prefer to be called European American?
I've traced my ancestry for 8 generations, and we still did not get to Africa in 8
That's a
generations.
damn lie, Uncle Tom. Relax. Hold on.
Why would you call him that?
Get the damn
You
mic
know
out of my
Uncle
face.
Tom was a hero, right?
Oh, you're not.
Well, you called me an Uncle Tom, so I assumed you would know the story. Uncle Tom was actually a hero who actually died protecting the other slaves that had run away. So you didn't even know that. You thought that was an insult. That's not an insult.
Hey, Uncle Ruckus. Get the shit.
Don't touch my stuff.
Did you say Uncle
Don't get in my
Ruckus?
face.
Don't
That's
touch
a
my stuff.
fictional character from a...
Wow. He said you thought that was it. Educate them.
Oh, you see what's going on? You got a whole bunch of people not knowing history.
But they're going off of
What other people say.
watered down
yeah.
quotes and documents that
I
are
love how you said, you know who Uncle Tom was? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you just gave me a compliment.
right.
You know, and I never, man, wow, man. Wow, man. That was good, man.
That was a good comeback.
Yeah.
cartoon. Think of a real person to call me and we can discuss it.
That's so crazy.
That's not a real person.
But then he said he still had 8 generations back of
Yeah, he traced
DNA,
8. Yeah.
and they
he
still
coming.
haven't made it back to Africa. So which generation? Okay.
No.
It's Black History Month here at the University of Akron, and this is how everybody's treating a black Trump supporter. Very inclusive, very diverse, very cool and progressive.
So progressive.
I have been stopped on the street with my mom running in my town for someone to call me and tell us that we are and that we should not be there. And then
They say it in rap songs.
they called us these people.
And that affected you how? How did that affect your wallet? How did that affect your ability to get a
I'm
job?
sorry,
how did that affect your ability to exist in this country as a free person?
Because it makes you feel unwanted. It makes you feel like no one wants you.
Wait. So it hurt your feelings, okay? But how did that affect?
I'm sorry, wait. You
How
just
did-
say it hurt my feelings.
You said it hurt your feelings.
It makes you feel unwanted, so you don't go out for things. It shows you that you don't have the effort, or you don't have what it takes to go up in this country because they don't want you here. You're
They use the N-word in rap songs.
You know, I'm caught up on when she said it makes you feel unwanted.
Yeah.
You have to love yourself.
Yeah, you
I
have to
can't
love
speak
yourself.
for everybody else, man.
Who
For
controls your
You know, you got
thermostat?
some people that may say, man, you know, nigger and all that stuff, man. I hate to say, I don't know if I can say it on here, but you know, you got, dang, I messed up. But they say the word Negro. They said
The N-word.
She just said it. They
What
said the
did
word Negro, and they use the N-word, and the thing is that don't affect me. You know what I'm saying? You say what you want to say, I walk away from you, man. My biggest thing is when you put your hands on me. That's when we have a problem. I'm going to defend myself. But you saying what you want to say, just it is what it is.
But
'Cause
again, it's still in the music.
You know, I haven't. No. The thing is, I have been called that word not only from a white person, but from a black person too. Actually, more from a black person than a white person. To be honest with you about it, you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, what you say out your mouth don't hurt me. It is what it is. I keep it moving. You ain't got to care about me. You ain't got to love me. I'm still gonna love me.
Yep.
It is what it is.
That's what about. Who controls your thermostat?
not good enough as the
So
white people
why would you
around
let
us.
somebody that is so stupid that they would say something so ignorant dictate your behavior in any way,
I'm
shape,
not
or
letting
form?
them dictate
Because
me,
we
but
have
I'm
the
telling you,
President of
that's
the
what
United
everyone
States doing
thinks.
it.
I'm not talking to
If
you.
that's what everyone thinks, they don't want you to go up in this country. So they don't give you the opportunities
So
that you need.
then you bust your butt and you show them that
That's
you don't
what I
care what
do.
they think,
That's what every
and you
black
become
person in this
successful.
country does.
And I
My
applaud
mother-
that.
My mother was a single mother, worked 3 jobs my whole life
Exactly.
to get me where I am now. And you
And cannot
no,
stop
yes,
you.
it does.
No,
because
it does
she doesn't
not
get the
stop you.
opportunities she needs. My mom worked her ass to get a manager position in a hospital. She has her master's degree and she's going out for her doctorate because not only did other people tell her that she shouldn't do it, but she knew herself that she should without getting the
Good.
opportunities
There
that
you
she
go.
wanted herself. So she did go out and bust her butt. But
So
that
you're
does not
telling me-
mean that does not mean that everyone didn't put her down along the way.
But they didn't stop her, and that's what I'm saying.
Thank
Racism
you.
is not
And
a
just
significant
now,
issue
where she
enough
is.
to stop you.
Are you what?
It's not
So
gonna
you're
stop
saying
you.
50 years. She has gone out for 50 years. That has not stopped her.
It hasn't stopped.
Okay, your mother was a single mom, so of course she probably took off time to spend with you, worked other jobs, took off time from work. Other things in life happens. Obviously she probably traveled a little bit, took off time from work again. So just because it took her 50 years, she never gave up.
Man, I'm be honest with you. You know, when people have just consistently, you have trends where, people, they dress a certain way. They, the butterfly collars that was out. Then you had the
Shoulder pads.
You had that stuff out. So what I mean by trend is, it's like monkey see, monkey do. And what I mean by that is that you have people that has been passing the victim mentality down from family to family, and you've been poisoned with this history of people gonna hold you back. You'll never be anything, no matter how hard you try. And this stuff has been embedded in people, and I look at her and I see so much hurt. Like I can't get ahead. When at the end of the day, man,
She is ahead.
you are ahead.
You
doing
are
it, man.
ahead.
Your
Her
mama is
mother's
doing
ahead.
it, but it's so embedded in your brain till it's like you can't even function to know that you are ahead.
Unless 50 years just like a number she came off the top of her head. I'm like, okay,
Nah, I mean-
school is what, 6 years for one degree, 4 years for another. Mama going back for another degree. She may take some time off from school, from work.
Another example, man. I had a friend that was in the military, man. He went over there and fought in the war, and he came back every night, man. He'd get up and get out. His wife was scared. She had to send him back. Hey, you need to go back talk to the army. They need to finish debriefing you. You know, and what happened was he still thought he was in Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? Pakistan, whatever he was, but he still thought he was there, you know what I'm saying, because PTSD. And I think that you can go through something, people can embed this stuff in you to give you PTSD where you still reflecting on something that has passed.
But
and
what
all you got.
But what if it didn't happen directly to you?
It's the thing is, it maybe didn't, but when people pour something in your brain, that itself can cause a conflict. I'm not trying to make an excuse for them,
No,
but you look at this young lady and you look at the people behind them, they're actually thinking, dude, you're wrong, man. You don't get it, man. We're hurting. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm getting
But
at.
I guarantee you that some people that are in the crowd are low-key Trump supporters all day long. Now, are they going to say anything in this video? Absolutely not. They're not going to say anything. Yes, they are Trump supporters low-key, but they're not going to say anything because they know what he has done, but they're not going to put themselves out there.
They don't want to get it.
But again,
interrogated
why?
by the crowd. It's just like, let me ask you a question. I keep saying that. All right, remember, how you in school and you got, they say, anybody got any more questions? And you're like, dang, I don't know, this may be a dumb question, man. I don't want to ask the question, man, because I don't want everybody to think that I'm asking a stupid question.
But it may be a question that other people want to answer.
So why they won't, but the thing is, there's no dumb questions. You know what I'm saying? You have, if you ask the question, you don't know. There's a lot of people in the room
they may have the same
questions, but you're so concerned with what people gonna think about you. That's the Trump supporters that's in the background that's not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
After you said she's still going.
What person are you? So you're telling me you have not.
I used to pay $162 every month for my car insurance. Now, check out how much I'm paying.
Am I not black enough now?
You're telling me you have not gone through any racism in your life?
You didn't say that.
None. You've never gone through
I said
anything.
I'm not an African American. I didn't say I wasn't black.
So what the f*** are you?
I'm an American.
No, you're an African American.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. No. The argument. I'm sorry. That was my red herring.
I just want to say that.
So the issue is, you said that was significant enough in America to stop you from being whatever you can be, and it's not. It's not. Do you want me to tell you something? When I started my company, I have a company with 150 employees. We gross millions of dollars a year, and we cut trees down.
If you have your own company as an American man, I won't even call you an African
American. You
American.
can call me a black man.
You're a black man. Do you try and put more effort into employing more African Americans than white males?
I actually employ a lot of Mexicans.
Okay, so do you try and go out your way to employ more people that you feel are underrepresented in the country?
No, I employ people that I believe will do the best job.
Yeah.
It's to employ people based on their skin color.
It's not, because you definitely just told me that America does not try to put down people who you don't think has the ability to do certain jobs.
I didn't say that, but I believe that there's no better country to be a person of color than America. And if you...
She's saying that he should focus
on
only on black skin.
Hiring black people,
that's it.
Because he's black.
Black and browns.
But if a black
they call it black
person,
and browns, but
right.
But we say black person. Only
if they want to apply for the job, how is he supposed to?
So if a Caucasian man apply for the job, you can't get the job. That's discrimination.
Right.
You find a better country. If you find a better country, I would love to hear about it.
I can tell you that there's many countries. Canada, you can go into multiple multilingual.
So why are there more black millionaires in the United States than in Canada?
What? I don't know.
It's probably population.
You can definitely.
How about you look
No, even percentage of the population. Yeah.
I'm just telling you that it is very hard to go up in America, being not of the white race.
But what I'm saying is, just because somebody says something rude to you, like calls you the N-word, that does not affect your ability to make money.
It affects everyone else's mindset. That's everyone else's mindset.
That affects you. Going through depression affects you.
I didn't say depression doesn't affect you. I'm saying it's not going to stop your ability to make money in the United States.
The thing is, if that's what one person, no, you're not giving up.
But not everyone.
But if that's what one person thinks about you, that's what multiple people think about you.
That's not true. America is not a more country today than it was 50 years ago. America is the least that it's ever been at any point in history, and is more or less dead, and the only people that keep it alive because they want to make money off of it.
Okay.
So you're saying is only around to make money? That's it.
People keep racism around today to make money. Yes.
How is that it?
How does the media not pit us against each other? They tell us that the police are killing us. When you look at statistics, it's not true.
That's if people do their research, and that's right. But
Really? Tell me
cases-
how many people were shot and killed by the police in 2017?
No, but the problem is, I
9.
have experience.
9 unarmed people. And explain it to me. Explain your situation.
I've been in cuffs 3 times and committed 0 crimes.
African-American
Discrimination.
males are
I've literally been.
So they came over and they were like, you know what? There's a black man walking. Let me arrest him.
Correct.
That's what happened.
There's a CVS that was robbed. The description was a black male that was 6'1" with long hair. I don't have that long of hair. I got arrested. Was in cuffs for 2 hours. 2 hours. Had to have all my information decided, ran and everything. And then after 2 hours, they finally figured out I wasn't 6'1" when I'm 5'10". Yes.
And that's because of.
Yes. Yes.
So it wasn't. No,
Try me. Try me.
So it wasn't because you fit the description of the other person.
No, I didn't fit the description. I'm not 6'1". I don't have long hair. It's black. It's because I'm black.
So
that's the second time
that was your experience.
Second time.
That was your experience. My experience is
I've experienced a lot of racial discrimination.
I was pulled over 14 times in the last year.
Yeah. And how many times were you in cuffs?
Not a single time.
I was in it for one, for a speeding violation.
Speeding.
A speeding violation, yeah.
15 times for speeding.
I'm not even gonna lie. I spent 15 miles over the speed limit in 2018. Sat in cuffs for an hour while they checked my car. 100%.
And that's
what do you explain?
And that's purely because of
what do you
racism.
think that is?
And how does that stop you? How does that stop you
from? What do you think it is?
It's,
come on. What do you think it is? Come on.
Do you want me to explain it to you?
Yeah. What do you think it is?
Okay. So this is. You're not going to be happy about this, but 55% of violent crimes are committed by African American males.
And so why should I be in handcuffs for committing a traffic violation?
You shouldn't. So I don't know this situation, but I seriously doubt it was just because you committed a traffic violation.
So is that why black male?
So he should
black
be
male.
cuffs for a traffic
Is that?
violation.
I've been pulled over 50. I just told you how many times I was pulled over. I've never once been put in cuffs.
So
and I'm a black man.
Is that
Just same
why
as him.
every black male is taught from a young age to keep their hands on the steering wheel and don't move a single inch until they come up to your window?
Do you know what the statistics are for the number of African Americans that shoot police officers?
Is that why? Is that why every young male is taught to keep their hands facing forward as a young age? Am I wrong?
I really don't know.
Am I wrong?
Hang on. One at a time.
I'm genuinely asking you.
What is the statistic?
I'm going to answer your questions one at a time. Can you repeat your question?
Is that why every young male
What is it?
is taught to keep their hands on the steering wheel and don't move an inch until they get to your car?
Everyone should be taught that. You should always keep your
But is
hands on
that
the
why
steering wheel.
specifically?
Because statistically, we've been told that the police are more likely to shoot us because we've believed a lie that police brutality is this major issue affecting the black community.
Okay.
It happens.
Profiling happens. Profiling happens. It's the job of a police officer to profile.
But racially,
For their safety.
Racially profile.
I didn't say racially. I said to profile.
So I should be profiled. So if I commit a traffic violation,
If you
commit,
I'll give you an example right now. Right now, do you know who I'm most threatened by right now of this group of people? It's you, because of your body language, not because of your skin color.
what part of his body language?
Where's my body language?
Because he's folding his arms and he keeps stepping up to me and he said, "Try it."
This is what I'm talking about.
30 degrees out. It is 30 degrees out.
But you kept saying, "Try me," and you got in my face. I was genuinely intimidated. I was like, he's acting like he wants to
I'm
go
an intimidating
ahead.
person. Multiple people know me here. No, I'm not a very intimidating person.
I didn't say you were an intimidating person, but I said your behavior is the most intimidating of anybody that's around
I'm doing
you.
the exact same
That's
thing.
because the thing is you're denying the facts. I'm just saying you're denying
We're all
the facts.
doing this. We're
You
literally
can't-
all doing
You have to be careful with the terms you use. When you walk forward and you say "try me," and you already sound angry already, that's giving me the impression that, man, you saying "try me." Well, what you mean by "try me"? You walking forward, so I'm gonna be on the defense. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, man. Conversation over. You know, you saying "try me." No, I'm just saying "try me." What do you mean by "try me"? Because what I gotta try me is say something else. Say something else.
Say
Try
something I
me.
don't like.
Say something else I don't like.
Yeah.
That's what I get out of that. So I understand what the young man is saying, man. But he don't get it. And I've been in that place before where I'd have been that same young man saying, no, man, because I've been there before having my hands on the steering wheel. But you have
I
to...
do that too.
So,
I mean, we got pulled
but it
over.
took me really getting the understanding that, a lot of times people are stereotyped.
Yeah.
If I walk, let's be honest, man. I'm walking down the street and I see a whole bunch of Caucasian guys with bald heads. You know, back in my days, I'd be like, oh man, these are skinheads. You know what I'm saying? That's how I thought. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that. You know what I'm saying? If I see somebody else, I'm walking down the street, it's a whole bunch of guys and they got all blue colors on. Okay, man, it's the Crips, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, what they finna do something to me? So I done stereotype that because I done seen that so much. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm looking at you as, this is a game. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm preparing myself just in case it may be a game. I may walk across the street, but I see a whole bunch of guys with bald heads. I think they're skinheads. I'm back in the days, like in 1996, I may walk across the street. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I truly believe that sometimes we do, not just one people, but we as black people, we stereotype too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
I'm not intimidated by you at all.
Okay, but it's still 35 degrees out.
Okay, I do have to say one thing about you saying that you're American, just American, right?
Yeah.
So you're technically African American because the definition of being African American is because you don't know your origin of where your people come from in Africa. So
My people come from America.
No, okay. Obviously,
your ancestors come from?
Your ancestors.
They came from America.
Okay, but before that, how far can you trace back your heritage?
I think I'm 39% English, so they came from England.
Okay, what about the other percentage?
I think I'm 15% Native American, so they also came from America.
Okay, and then the rest.
And whatever percent black I am, they probably came from some country in Africa.
And that's why you'd identify.
But why would I not identify as English American?
But you know why most African Americans identify as African American? Because most of their heritage comes from Africa. So since they cannot identify what part of Africa they come from, they identify as African American as a whole. Yeah. Now me, I know exactly what part I come from in Africa. I'm Kenyan American. That's what I identify as because I actually know my origin. But you can't just diss that part of yourself. And I'm not telling you to diss the Native American part or the English part of yourself, right?
Wait, why would you think I diss my being black?
No, I'm not trying to say that you are. But you're just like...
But I've never been...
I was like, perfect, Kohl's sells Vans. I picked up a new pair. I'm in love with them.
Come on.
This is a check from Audible. This is a check from Audible. This is a check from Audible. Let me explain what this is.
Been to Africa. Why would I call myself an African American?
So do you just consider yourself to be black?
I consider myself to be a black American.
Okay.
Because I feel like hyphenated terms like African American divide Americans.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was robbed of my identity. My ancestors were robbed of their identity. I have ancestors that were slaves.
That everyone else
I know the name of some of my ancestors that were slaves.
And that should not affect you in any way, shape, or form.
I'm the fourth generation of my name.
Because that does not define you.
I know exactly who was
You're not.
If you that caught up on saying you're African American, go back to Africa. I mean, seriously, you just said a few minutes ago you was brought here, pretty much against your own will. Just, if you feel that way and you feel like you want to get back in touch with your roots, go back to Africa. I haven't seen one person that have a problem, feeling that they've been enslaved and brought here against their own will. Their family was brought here against their own will, just saying, I'm going back to Africa. I don't want to go back to Africa. It's too many lions. Listen, I go visit, and that's probably the places where the tourist sites. But I don't want to go back. They got lions, tigers, and bears, and mosquitoes, and crocodiles. By almost 2,000 pounds. Black mamba, everything over there. And
tarantula spiders.
I'm good, man. You can't drag me back there. Who? Not me. Say what you want to say about me.
Defined by your past.
But you're
that you never experienced.
But then how can you identify as English American? That's your past.
How can I identify as American? Because this is America, and it's the greatest country on planet Earth.
That's not what he said.
That's not what you said.
He said, "How can I identify as American and not black?"
It's your past. You said that's
No, that's my present. I was born in America. I live in America.
But that's your past.
That's my present.
That's your past.
I'm currently living in America.
You were born past tense in America.
No. You were never a slave. Okay, you never
That's not
experienced
what I
slavery.
said.
So I'm saying you can. That is like your. That's not even your
so
past.
why-
That's
But
the past.
That's family's history. You have to erase your history.
So saying you identify with your history is different than saying you identify with your past because you never experienced slavery. No one you've ever met has ever experienced
East
slavery.
Africa. Why would I say I identify with slavery?
But that's what you're saying when you say that African
I
American.
said I'm Kenyan American.
I don't identify
not
as a
African
slave. I just
American.
identify that I
So
come
then why
from-
did you say it
No,
bothered you that
Wait, let me finish.
that was part
I
of your
identify that
heritage?
I come from the continent of Africa, and I'm just robbed of the specific area that my heritage comes from. That's
He
what I'm
doesn't
saying when
wanna
I'm saying that I'm
part of his
African American.
heritage, part
I
of his
can't
history.
identify with a specific culture like many other people that were
You
able
can.
to
You
have
can
that
identify
are
with
able to
American
go
culture.
through their
But
ancestral
that's
tree
not-
and go find that. I
There's
can't
no
find
American
that.
culture?
America's
My
a melting pot.
ancestral tree cuts off.
If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and
If you can't identify with anything in America, go back to African America. You find your culture there. You find the lion, tigers, and bears. Oh my. You also find crocodiles. You'll find all kinds of animals in African America. I'm not beating African America down, but I'm telling you, if you want to go find your culture, go back there. They also have pythons that swallow you whole. Gigantic pythons. It's all kind of critters there.
Just gotta learn it.
Yeah.
Just gotta learn about it when you get there.
Just learn about it, then you'll find a lot about your ancestry history.
Wow.
But
Some of
you
these
can't
people
drag
are
Mr.
just-
Clem back there. I'm sorry, man.
I mean, it's like okay, it's like okay, you're gonna make me do an ancestry, lineage, bloodline, test to see where I came
Listen,
from in
I'm
Africa.
gonna be honest with you.
I mean,
I would have nipped it to the bud. I say, what do you want to call me? He'd have said African man. You can call me African American.
All right,
What do you
let's
want to
keep
call me? English American. You can call me English American. I call myself American. So whatever y'all want to call me, you can call me that. It don't have no effect on me.
But again, she still never said how. She never said how anything affects her. I mean, she gave a very good example about her mother, overcoming different things as a single parent, and yet you still think that Trump made your mother go to school for 50 years.
You can call me
He was only president
European
for 4 years.
American.
So
it doesn't matter what you. Hey, listen, man.
But again,
whatever you say doesn't affect me. One thing
again-
about me, I
But again, in the 4 years that Trump was president, and it made your lifestyle worse than it was the previous 4 years.
man, you have a lot of people that's dealing
I
with trauma.
mean, hey,
That's dealing with
just-
trauma,
just
Shan,
let us know
from
that,
past
because-
people telling them this is how we can't get ahead.
Well, I don't know. I feel sorry for him. I just know from us, from our experience when Trump was in the when Trump was president. I've said it before in another video how it benefited us. We as business owners and as an employee of the school, I saw it benefit us. I mean, as far as previous administrations, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't. I can't. Okay, it wasn't perfect with Trump, but it was one of our best few years that we did have financially.
That whole conversation, I can't say that nobody didn't learn anything from it, but it's like you got a whole mob of angry people after this one man.
Undercover Trump supporters that don't want to say anything. Because he support Trump.
And I think that that's is control, because some people can't even pretty much say who they support, because you got other people that's going to try to beat them down.
You're not a liberal. You're
that's
not a liberal if you
good,
support.
man. That's a form of control to me, man. You know what I'm
But
saying? That you
again-
controlling who I need to vote for. And one thing about me, man, I'm not going to have it, man. I'd probably walk away from the scene. I'd disappear. They've been looking around. Where he went at? He done left out. I disappear quick. I ain't got time for that. I was taught to avoid foolish conversations. So when you start talking foolish, I'm gone with the wind. I sit there and talk. We having a civil conversation. But
Or
if
not
you
really
talking
get- no.
foolish, man, and I can't get nothing across.
And then
we
everybody wants to just
man,
nitpick
everybody
about
talking, man.
that's just-
I
that
promise
was
you,
just
man,
no.
the mic probably been standing there by itself. It been floating in the air, and I'd have been gone with the wind, man. I don't know how to float it, but it been floating right there in the air. Where he at? He done disappeared. He like Houdini. They would see me in the cafeteria eating. That's the only thing I think about when you talk about Africa. I think about lions, tigers, and bears, and I think about mosquitoes. I think about, yes, I do.
And spiders.
I ain't worried about the
I
spiders and
worry about the
mosquitoes over
spiders
there, man.
And the snakes.
I don't care what kind of offer you get. Them doggone mosquitoes got ninja masters on over there, man. They so serious, boy. Ain't nothing wrong with Africa. Hey, I go visit. But you can't keep me there. They say, man, you can't go back to America. Man, I've been on the news crime.
It's not crime.
Oh, man, you got alligators, crocodiles, okay, these things, man, 22 feet long,
The
man.
hippos,
man, chasing you out of water, man. He got me bathed in the screen, man. Hey, man. Please help me, man. Please help me, man.
All right, YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Y'all pray for me.
Don't cancel us, please. Don't cancel us, please. Don't cancel us.
Hey, you guys,
That was a
man.
good one.
Peace.
All right, peace.